Hi, meteorologist Tony Petrarca in the Pinpoint 12 Forecast Center. You clicked on the Weather Now link on this Wednesday evening. It's fairly quiet. We're looking at New Bedford. A lot to cover tonight. A number of things. For one, tracking some showers and thunderstorms, a few downpours on Thursday. The tropics obviously getting very interesting, unfortunately. Watching Henri in the Atlantic, which could have an impact on our weather by the latter part of the weekend. So that's why this weather video update will run a little bit longer. But that's, really the reason why we have this Weather Now feature, to kind of get in depth, a little beyond the forecast from what you normally see during the television portion of our weather forecast. So let's get started. First with weather threat tracker, which is low for tonight. We'll bump it up to yellow on Thursday. This is just kind of a heads up. Remnants from what was once Tropical Storm Fred. Some of that moisture producing having showers and thunderstorms likely both Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon. Maybe a few downpours at times. So just kind of use some caution traveling. Quiet weather for Friday and Saturday. And then all eyes on the Sunday, Monday time frame. So here's the breakdown. The showers on Thursday. And watching Henri, we've been doing this all along. Still kind of a close call for New England, and the concern is that over the last 24 hours, some of our computer guidance, the models, the forecast models that we use have been trending a little closer to the coastline. So it's a little, concerning, even in the long range. I mean, we're still 3-4 days out, but it is something that we're going to need to watch very closely, and we'll talk about it in more detail. And regardless, even if the storm stays out at sea, which hopefully it does, the surf over the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, dangerous surf, heavy surf, and strong rip currents are likely. So here's the setup, and what's left of what was once Tropical Storm Fred. You can see that moisture spinning across upstate New York and Pennsylvania. And this is the moisture that's headed our way by daybreak on Tuesday, by daybreak on Thursday, and extending into Thursday afternoon. So that's where the center of low pressure is, and this will be tracking north and east. So when we take this into the future, and here we are, the areas of red, yellow, and orange, well, this is around 8, 9, 10 in the morning. Those are, some downpours, some isolated thunderstorms. And then here we are, around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, still tracking some bands of heavy rain. And then later in the day towards evening, not as widespread, but notice even as, into the late afternoon and early evening, may still get some occasional showers or a thunderstorm coming through. And this is all starting to diminish Thursday evening and into Thursday night. Let's take you out into the tropics, central Atlantic, and we're keeping an eye on Fred, which is Henri, which is located right in here. And I'm overlaying the water temperatures because, one of the big factors as to why hurricanes do what they do, especially in terms of strength, is a function of how warm the waters are that they're moving across. And when we look at this, that's the location of the storm now. And, the track takes it over some very warm water. These darker reds are 80-plus degree water temperatures. And then once we get north of Virginia, as you get closer to southern New England, these storms, they're moving into cooler water, and they tend to weaken. But before they do so, they can still create quite an impact. So we see a weakening trend by the weekend as the storm tries to make its closest pass to southern New England in the Sunday, Monday time frame. And we're going to show you the track in just a second. Here's the latest from the Hurricane Center. Winds of 70, so just shy of hurricane strength. And here's the forecast track. And here it is now this is Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. It is just south and east of Cape Cod and the islands. And then by Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock, it is located near Nantucket and the islands, right in here, as either a strong tropical storm or a Category 1 hurricane. So the red line represents the official forecast track of the center of the storm by the Hurricane Center. This cone is just what we call the cone of uncertainty. In other words, the storm can track anywhere within this cone. So this is the official forecast track, but it can go as far west as New York City to as far east as well out to sea. So there's a lot of wiggle room here in the Sunday, Monday time frame, but it is, trending closer to our coastline. Here's something interesting. Whoa, what is this? Tell you what, why don't we take all the computer models that we use, and it's dozens of them, and just overlay them. We call this a spaghetti plot. And what we try to find is where is it concentrated? In other words, when the lines are all spread apart, that means there's a lot of uncertainty the further out in time you go. But when the lines are close together and packed, it means there's a lot of certainty among all these models that the storm is going to track somewhere in the middle portion of this cluster. So we use these spaghetti plots to figure out, how the models are agreeing or disagreeing. So in other words, look, a lot of disagreement here, a lot of agreement in here, to give us kind of a better handle as to where we think the storm is going to go. Well, no surprise, hurricane offshore, big waves. There's a lot. We have models that can predict wave heights. This is Saturday evening, and these are large, large waves offshore. And then here we are Sunday morning. And quite simply, this wave energy propagates towards the coastline. So big surf, both near shore and offshore, dangerous rip currents over the weekend. So here's the deal. We're watching the track, which has been trending west, or at least the forecast or the models have been trending west, closer to the coastline. Now, no doubt, likely high surf and rip current risk over the weekend, regardless of whether or not the storm comes on shore or stays offshore. And possible higher impacts should the track be closer, meaning rain and some wind. So certainly rough surf and rip current risk is there over the weekend. So let's be mindful of that. In the meantime, as we backtrack to Thursday morning with showers and thunderstorms likely, a few downpours, and then Thursday afternoon, still the risk of a scattered shower or thunderstorm, an occasional downpour. Humid with temperatures that will be running in the upper 70s to lower 80s. So wrapping it up, we're going to watch these showers and some thunderstorms on Thursday, fairly quiet weather Friday and Saturday, and then that window that we're watching with some concern is the Sunday, Monday time frame. So bottom line, you want to stay tuned for the forecast over the next several days. Does that trend of closer to the coastline continue, or do we start trending back out to sea? Again, we're still 3-4 days out, so as always, stay tuned. All right, that's your latest Weather Now update. Thanks for logging in. We'll talk to you soon.